J'ai les yeux qui sourient, près de toi moi je feel sunny. J'ai la tête qui fleurit, avec toi moi je feel hippie. Je vois le monde en couleur, près de toi moi je feel happy.
Hello everyone, welcome to Grumpy Sheep, Happy Llama. My name is Sylvie.
And I'm Robin.
Welcome to our new viewers and welcome to our returning viewers. We are a knitting and spinning vlog and also a new to sewing vlog. So grab something to drink, grab your favorite craft to work on, and sit down while we share what we have been working on these past 2 weeks. I also want to just mention that we are a little bit late, and that would be due to technical reasons or probably rookie mistakes as a new YouTuber. So we do apologize for that, but hopefully we'll be back on track.
So in 1887, which is about 100 years before I went tree planting in Northern Ontario as a university student.
Woohoo, Northern Ontario.
Yeah, there was the Michelson-Morley experiment where these two physicists were trying to see what the speed of the ether was compared to the speed of light. So they had this elaborate experiment all set up to do all of this measuring, because of course everybody knew that light had to travel through a medium, and that medium was the ether, and it was everywhere. It was in space, it was out where we are, and it was what helped your light waves to make it from your lamp to your knitting, let's say. So they were doing all this experiment, and what they found out was almost embarrassing for them, I understand, but they discovered that ether does not actually exist, that light in fact does travel through a vacuum. So one of the things for this experiment was that it's used as an example of the scientific method for all high school and university students in physics or science. It's also something where they were able to discover the speed of light, which is 3.00 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. I remember that to the day that I died. And it's also something that was the beginning of special relativity, and Einstein took care of that in the turn of the next century, in the 1900s. Excuse me, sorry, in the turn of the 1900s, so the special relativity. And that's just, comparing two things. I won't get into it. But anyway, so that's what happened to our vlog. The ether does not exist, and neither does our vlog. It disappeared, who knows where,
It's a very disappointing week. Very frustrating 2 days trying to find out where it went. Anyways.
So we're starting again. So we're 1 week off, but we'll have this done on a Wednesday. Just we missed one Wednesday.
Yes, yes. And you'll notice that we are sitting in a different spot because, again, it is so hot. We thought we're not sitting in that dome again. And so Robin had the good idea to sit in her garage because she has 2 doors. So there's always a beautiful, nice breeze coming through. And we have a beautiful view
of the sheep.
Of the sheep in the field. So we'll show you that afterwards, actually.
Yeah. Unfortunately, right now, you can't see them anyway, but the sheep are hiding in the shade
because it's
underneath
hot.
the structure that we have in the back.
Yeah, but you'll see the beautiful view anyways.
And you might hear them.
You might hear them, yeah.
Might hear my husband mowing the lawn, who knows. So anyway, so that's about it. Oh, what are we wearing? What are you wearing? Are you wearing socks?
I'm wearing socks. I'll show a picture actually, because it'll be kind of awkward to lift my leg up. Yes.
Okay. So she'll show a picture here.
It's the sea scallop socks actually that we were working on.
Oh yes, the warm up round.
The warm up round, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So that's what I'm.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about that in NFOs.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yes, NFL.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What are you wearing?
Oh, what am I wearing? I am wearing a thing. It looks a little bit like a hospital gown.
No.
It makes me giggle. But it's all chemistry and biology and physics fabric. It's got this really cool print. Oh, can you see? It's got really cool stuff on it. I love this fabric. It's kids fabric, but I'm only 5 on the inside. So
it's perfect for this kind of day.
It is. Thanks.
Yeah.
So it's just quilting cotton. It's something I made 2 years ago, I think it was, at my parents' house. I was determined to sew this. It's a pattern by Tilly and the Buttons. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got these turned up sleeves. If you go to her website, you'll recognize it, I think. Just a simple kind of shift dress. It goes to just above my knees, and it has this. It was fun to sew. I love the fabric.
It's a fun fabric.
Yeah. So it's fun.
Oh,
and that's the knit-alongs that we have in our Ravelry group right now. We have the 16 Weeks of Socks Cal. That's ongoing to the end of August. No, actually it would be the end of September, because the August Cal, we have to give people 2 months. It's gonna go to the end of September. Sorry, brain fart. So the end of September, and that is, so this month the theme is my favorite one. It's fandom, because I'm Doctor Who all the way. So I'm making Doctor Who socks. I'm making Hello Jack, The pattern is by Almon, and I shouldn't get into all that.
We'll go into that in the works.
Sorry, I've had like 2 coffees today, so I'm super pumped. So that's one cal that we're having ongoing at the moment, and we're also doing an unofficial Tour de Fleece knit along, or I guess it would be a spin along. Is we're not having prizes or anything, but we're trying to encourage each other to try to spin every day and to have a challenge day. All of the information is on our group on Ravelry, Grumpy Sheep, Happy Llama.
Yeah. And also for all you campers out there, as you know, in July 25th is usually celebrated in different campsites. It's called Christmas in July. And so we thought it would be great to have a Christmas in July cal starting July 25th, where you can start thinking about knitting for Christmas, either knitting gifts or knitting for yourself. We thought, you know, now would be a good time to start thinking and start knitting to get it done.
It is a good idea, because I know my dad, he loves to get socks at Christmas time, and he's got size 15, 16 feet. So basically the foot is a whole foot long.
Yeah.
And he likes to have, and because he's 6'6", he has a longer leg, right? So then I have to knit the leg at least 7 inches long. So that's a lot of knitting. And oftentimes it uses more than 1 ball of sock yarn. So I have to have matching or a contrast cuff, heels, and toes. So this gives it plenty of time to get that kind of stuff done.
Yeah, so again, go on to our Ravelry group and we'll have a thread there. And it's just basically to encourage each other to get our knitting done, post and share, and just, you know, just have fun doing it.
So you're not having that panic 2 days before Christmas.
Oh God, I've done that, and I'm sure everyone's done that.
Yeah.
So, because, you know, I'm the type of person that thinks, oh, I got last time. And I don't.
Speaking of which, should we go on to, oh no, we'll do that later. I was gonna say whips, but we'll do FOs first.
Yeah, we'll talk about FOs.
Oh, but we can still talk about it. Oh, speaking of, you think you have lots of time to finish something. Sylvie has a story to tell.
Yeah.
Not yet?
No, no, we do. Well, you know, okay, so we're both part of the Supersock World Championship. So it's a race, basically. So it started on July 1st, basically, at 10 o'clock. So the pattern dropped at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so you have the option. You have the high octane or the low octane. So high octane is a little bit more time consuming, maybe a little bit more difficult side, and low octane is easygoing. And you can switch it up every pattern drop, basically. Yeah. And so I thought I had lots of time. I had 1 sock done. I had half the other sock done, and I thought I could get this done, no problem. Nope. Instead of knitting the sock yesterday, because it ended yesterday at 10, I believe.
Yes,
10 in the evening.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I should have been knitting on these socks, but I preferred to spin actually all morning and most of the afternoon. And again, thinking I had lots of time to finish it because, you know, I thought I just have half the foot to do. It'll take me no time, but no.
So she missed it by an hour.
Yeah.
And then she feels badly for letting her team down.
Guys.
But it's okay. Nobody cares. But she can feel guilty.
But it was a week of disappointment for me. You don't understand. It was our vlog that went away somewhere.
Yeah.
And the socks that I didn't finish. Oh, yes.
And her mayor died, which was sad.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so just one of those weeks.
One of those weeks. But anyways, I got it done. I have an FO.
You do. And we're going to show you now.
Yes.
I was on time.
Of course she was on time.
Yeah, so anyway, what's the pattern called again? It was the
Amphitrite.
The R goes in the second one. Yeah, so Amphitrite.
By Nicole Simmons.
Who's a Canadian designer. Sorry, that was a fly in my eye. A Canadian designer. And she released this pattern to us first before she released it to the public, which was really awesome.
Yeah, these are really nice socks. I mean, even if you're a fairly beginner and you're not in a race, beginner, but because if you know how to cable, I think these would be a good challenge for somebody just,
good.
You know,
because they have a little bit of color work in the top and the toe, and you don't have to do the color work in the toe if you don't want to. And then they have a simple texture thing in the leg of the pattern, and there are lots of rest rows, so it's really
very
very
nice.
There's no reason why Sylvie couldn't have got the sock done in time.
No, I guess not. I should have been knitting instead of spinning.
That's okay.
But yeah, I didn't have a week of spinning either, so I wanted to get that done.
That's true. That's true. So there we go.
Yeah. So your socks were knitted with which yarn? You said had knit picks, right?
So what I had done, I guess, at one time was I had dyed the green with Knit Picks Stroll, So I had dyed that. Don't know the color. I just dyed it. And then I had leftover this has got sparkle on the top, which is what I really like. And so it's white, and it was supposed to be for last year's sock advent calendar by Cozy Knitter. But I was so caught up in knitting my stripes, I forgot to do them at the contrasting cuff heels and toes. So I had all that white, so I used it for this. And I'm glad I did. It was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Mine were knit with the pink. The hot pink is from Biscuit. And the purple, I got this actually a twist a few years ago. I don't know if they still sell yarn. I went on the web trying to search for them, and I couldn't really find them.
What are they called?
Valentina.
Oh.
Colorworks. Laine artisanale. Yeah. It was a really nice color. I really enjoyed it.
Well, maybe somebody on here knows if they're still in business.
Maybe. So that's my only FO. You have another sock, I believe.
The next one is Kate Davies' second sock of her Blue Stocking Sock Club. And I think I had showed these before as a whip that I was working on. Yeah. And this is knit with Colorista. I think she's from close to Montreal in Quebec. Colorista in her BFL collection. Really like this yarn. I like BFL for socks. It's really, really nice. Anyway, so this is her, what was her name? Montagu? What was her first name?
Elizabeth Montagu.
Elizabeth Montagu. Thank you. So Elizabeth Montagu, pattern number 2 of Kate Davies' Blue Stocking Sock Club. Now I get to switch again. When I was doing the last 2 vlogs,
the last one I think it was
for sure. Yeah. Anyway, I was working on my vanilla socks, and I usually do for myself. I do a 72 stitch on 2.25mm needles for my vanilla socks, and just plain old single rib on the top. And I was using Opal in the Woodpecker colorway, so I call them my Woodpecker socks just for that. And I finished those, so I'm not knitting these today because I'm done. Yeah. So yay! So another pair of socks done.
Awesome.
And you want to go first?
Yeah, so on to work in progress. You want to go ahead and start?
Sure.
On your end?
I could do that. I have to make a correction first. So it has to do with my whips. So my whips, this is the Elizabeth Montagu, which is pattern number 1 of Kate Davies' Blue Stocking Club. The other pattern that I shown was not this one. It was Catharine MaCaulay. So I'm sorry for that error. I'm going to blame the wind because it keeps blowing my pages of my notebook over.
It's such a nice breeze.
It is.
So
it's
good.
Awesome. So anyway, so this is what I'm doing with this. I want to make these knee-high. This is with Exmoor. No? Okay.
Sorry.
She's not.
I'm not a knee-high person. Go ahead.
But I'm going to make these knee-high, and I'm using the Exmoor sock yarn by John Arvin. And we'll see how this yarn is. So far, I'm not liking knitting it. It feels very inelastic, and it feels kind of like knitting with linen.
Which is weird because a lot of people love that.
But what I'm wondering is if it has spinning oil still on it, and if it will change its character once it's washed. So the jury is still out, but so far that's my impression. But I will persevere, and I will make my knee-high socks. And I'm 6 feet, so my legs are long, so it's going to be really long knee-high socks.
As I'm sure Robin will have it done by the next time we podcast.
Oh God, no! There's too much I'm working on right now. No.
At least one sock.
Maybe. Well, no.
Well, you never know with you.
I don't know. We have the Supersock thing that we're still doing.
Yes. The next pattern drops on the 2nd.
Today.
At 2
today. So in a couple of hours.
So I'll get my acting gear for that one.
And plus, with our knit along that we have in our group, we're doing the fandom thing, and I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, as I was mentioning before, and I have plans, I hope, for 2 socks I'd like to cast on. So the first one is, hello, I'm Captain Jack. Captain Jack is an awesome character. He's one of the companions of Doctor Who, and he shows up everywhere, and I love him. He's funny, he's handsome, he's funny. He's just awesome. And so the pattern was designed by Almon. You can't see anything here, but it's all cables. The yarn is dyed by Pandia's Jewels, and she had done a collaboration 6 years ago with Almon, all these Doctor Who things, and of course I had to do them all. I had to buy the patterns and the yarn to go with it. So that's what this is. So it's been languishing in my to-do bin for half a decade.
That's crazy.
Half a decade. Scary. So that's my other whip. My other whip is by another Canadian designer who lives in Nanaimo, British Columbia. And this is the Carmanah sock pattern, and the design is by, oh, now I can't think of her name.
Catherine Knutsson.
Catherine Knutsson. So sorry, Catherine. She is also the owner of the Small Bird Workshop in Nanaimo, and she sells all kinds of beautiful fibers, and she's really super nice. I met her one time, and that's how I got to know who she was and what she was all about. But this is a really cool pattern, and it's got an interesting heel construction. I'm not prepared to talk about it just yet, but I have never done a heel like this before. She starts very early with the gusset increases, and then like really early.
So it's a toe up?
Yes, it's toe up.
Okay.
And it starts really early with the gusset increases, and then she has a short row heel, and then she has a heel flap and gusset.
Oh, interesting.
And it's, yeah, I've never done a heel like this.
Have you tried it on to see what the fit is?
No.
What the fit's like?
So I will let you know.
Yeah.
And what I'm using for this is our Opal sock yarn in Masking Ball. Is the color, well, Masking Ball, I guess is the colorway. So that's the Opal yarn, and that's it. Do you want to do your...
Do you want to show you the one sock you have left over?
The one sock I have left over?
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
This sock was supposed to be finished before 2 today, so I could cast on with my last remaining sock needles with the next release of the Supersock World Championship pattern. But I'm not quite done. As you can see, I'm just past the... I think I've just... It is a nice pattern. I think I've just finished the gusset decreases. Anyway, here is the half the sock. I have one sock done. It's a free pattern, and so we'll provide a link again below. And it's a free pattern. I forget by whom, sorry.
It's okay, we'll have it written down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's really nice. You can see it's even more simple. And in the pattern, she had some extra stripes in here, and I chose not to do that. I just wanted to have...
I like it like that, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But mostly I did it because I wanted to read while I was knitting, and I need to have a whole bunch of plain stocking stitch if I'm going to read at the same time. So that's the real reason why I didn't put the stripes. I didn't want to have to worry about it until I got to the toe.
Nice.
Thanks. So that's it. Oh, the yarn is left, sorry, the leftover yarn is, the contrast colors are Sweet Georgia Party of 5. I had received as a gift one time with sparkles in it. So that's all those. And then the main yarn is Arouetta, and that's Filocana or Filcolana. So this guy in gray. It was a gift from a friend who went to Germany, and she brought some back for me, which was very nice.
Yeah.
And that's it, I think.
Yes. Lots on the go. I am still working on the Daring Tea by Jacqueline Sislak. So the last time we podcasted, I was getting ready to join, so it is now joined. Yeah. So I think I just have like maybe half an inch, or maybe I'm already there. I'll have to measure. To start with the bust darts, and then I'll just keep on knitting. So it's a very low neckline. It's short sleeve, but this yarn, pretty string, pretty yak. It's just gorgeous to knit with. It's gonna be nice and drapey, and like I mentioned before, it's gonna be perfect for this kind of year, this time of year.
Yeah. You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe even in the fall.
In the fall, I would think, because yak, I think it's pretty warm.
Well, maybe it's too hot now, but like, yeah, you know, what, a couple days ago it was a bit cooler than it was. So,
yes, that's true. We had crazy weather.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Cold, hot. I know. And I'm still working my garden variety shawl. So I was afraid, actually, I wasn't able to find the pattern because I didn't know where I left off, and I was panicking a little bit. But I ended up, I was smart actually. I had it on my Knit Companion, which is an app for knitters for reading, well, to help you read through the charts. So I have my highlighted bar where I left off, so that's good. So that's what I'm working on, and the next Supersock, which will be happening at 2 o'clock, I guess. So
in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and counting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how much? I wanted to ask you, how much yarn do you have left of your skein of your Supersock, Super Yak?
This is what I have. This is the first skein, actually. Yeah, this is what I still have left over
from the first skein.
And
you have that much done.
And I have that much done.
That's pretty impressive.
It is. I'm going to use, I don't know, I guess, oh, I have it upside down. So I don't know, I might be using less than I thought. Anyways, it's pretty good.
And you said short sleeves, right?
It is short sleeve, yeah.
It'd be really interesting to see how much you could have to use.
Huh.
Cool.
Oh, dropped a stitch.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's okay. It's just one. It's easy to pick up. So that's it for our whips.
That's it for the knitting whips. Yeah.
Yay.
But that's not.
So spinning. So as you know, it's Tour de Fleece. It started
16?
June 20. What? When it ends on July 18th. And I have been spinning like crazy, which is really good. Because with the braids that I have, I'm hoping to make a make the V-back tee. So we'll see what happens with that. But this is what I have so far. They're both from Fairy Fiber Pusher. So I have this one here. They're both, both skeins that I have here are 2-ply.
It's Fiber Pusher Fairy.
Fiber Pusher Fairy. I'm so sorry.
It's her French coming out. Just as if I say backwards.
No, I'm saying the right way. So this is the other one that I made. Again, 2-ply. Yeah.
On your other one on your wheel. Oh, you didn't bring your bobbin?
I did, but I'll show that after it. Yeah.
It's really pretty. That's why I was all excited. So I finished for Tour de Fleece so far. I finished a wheel spin of this stuff. This is called Goldilocks. It's a fiber. It's like an art roving.
I love that. Yeah.
By, sorry, I guess that was supposed to be there.
It's hard to tell, eh?
It is. It's an art fiber by Psalm 23 Farms, and it was, I really enjoyed it. It's hard for me because I try to be very precise in my spinning, and I like to have all my stuff all the same thickness and all look like it's mill spun, which I suppose is supposed to be a bad thing with hand spinning, but anyway.
It could be good, it could be bad, it depends.
Well, I guess part of the attraction of hand spun is that it doesn't look perfect, and I'm trying to be perfect, I guess. I fail, of course, because nobody's perfect, but I try. So this was kind of good because I had to let go, because it has bumps and stuff, because it's got sari silk in it, and it's got, sewing threads, all kinds of sewing threads in it.
Which is so cool.
It is cool. It's very cool. So I had to let go of being even, which I think was a good thing. But I have 629 meters of 2-ply stuff. It's Romney, sari silk, and thread.
Very nice.
Sewing thread, and I love it. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I will find something for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I keep saying it's perfect. It's not, there's not too much texture where it's too much of an art yarn type deal.
Yeah, it almost looks tweedy, and it's really cool because it was just one color, but it doesn't look like it was just one color because of all the bits thrown in.
I really like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Thanks.
Yeah,
so that's done.
Do you have another? No?
Yeah, I have one more little thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Just border luster. I will tell you more about it later.
Very nice.
Border luster. It's soft, it's squishy, it's 2-ply, it's lovely. Yeah, that's it.
More to come, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got these lovely little guys here that I need to ply together. Again, they're from Fiber Pusher Fairy. I love, and what you can't see is there's some pink in there too, which is gorgeous. So I can't wait to ply this up. And I've also started this particular bobbin here, which is gorgeous as well, with the pink and the grays, right, Robin?
Yes.
Who now likes pink.
Go figure.
But that's the plan, is to have like all of these together.
Yeah.
Kind of like type deal.
So nice.
Yeah. So that's what I have right now. Oh, I have one more. I'm also working, well, I haven't really touched on this one yet, but I don't know if you remember the last podcast that we had. I had chain plied Rolags from Fairy Tale Fiber.
Or wool, sorry, Fairy Tale wool from Seashell, BC.
And that was gorgeous and really fun to spin with. But I didn't have quite enough because I want to make a toque out of it. So I had this particular fiber to use as well. This is Malabrigo Noob. So it's just merino, but it's very close to the colorway. So I thought maybe putting those together.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's what I'm working on.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, oh yes, whips. So spinning whips, because that's what you're talking about. So I wish I could show you. I have I don't even know how much I had purchased from her, but it was the Fairy Tale wool again, and I had to stop mid spin and write to her and say, I love your stuff so much. And I'm really glad. It was a set of Rolags, and the colorway was called Madonna and Child, and it had all natural stuff local to her from local farms. She had Romney, and she had merino and alpaca, and it was all dyed with natural dyes, and then some of the colorways some of the color was just the natural color of the alpaca, let's say. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed spinning it. I chose to spin it on support spindles so I could really enjoy the process, and I'm so glad I did. It lasted me a long time. I wish I could show you, but what I do when I do spindle spinning is I wind it onto my bobbins and I ply it on my wheel, because then I find I get a better consistency when I'm plying that way. Plus, it would just take me forever and a day to ply it on a spindle again, and by this point, I just want to see what the finished yarn looks like. So I can't show you, but that'll be next time, and I will show you a finished skein. I am still working on my untreated merino from Fiber Pusher Fairy that I'm spindle spinning, and this is an example where I put it onto a bobbin. And I'm just waiting to spin enough to load up another spindle, and I will apply that off on my ledger. So I have that, and I also have, where did it go? Where did it go? I had also purchased another set of roll eggs from a company in the United States, and unfortunately with our dollar and with their pricing, which I'm sure if you were in the States or the American was quite reasonable, but for me it makes it too expensive.
Yeah.
So I can't really afford to go back at this point in time. But I'm enjoying this too, and I have no idea what the fiber is, but it's more subtle, the colorways. And this is my Woodland Creations spindle. It is super cute. It's a little bird. I thought it was a finch, but it might be, yeah, bullfinch. Sorry, I thought it was a chickadee. Sorry, I couldn't think of the name of that bird. The one that actually says their name. Anyway, so that's what I thought it was, but apparently it might be a bullfinch.
Oh.
But it's a little bird. I like it. The spindle is so light, and I found, because people were asking me, how does it spin? When you first start out, it's not very fast, but when you start to load it up, it spins a lot better, a lot faster and longer. The duration of the spin is longer. So anyway, it's quite nice. I'm loving this fiber. I only have 50 grams of it, I think. I think it's 2 ounces, so that's about 50 grams. So I'm not going to have very much, so I'm going to have to really see what I'm going to use that for or with, but I'm enjoying that. And that's my other whips that I have.
So Robin is a very good enabler.
Am I?
Yeah, you are, because I ended up ordering a support spindle as well from Woodland Creations. Yeah, so it's on its way. So I've never supported spindle. I've dropped spindle. Obviously, I've done it on the wheel. I have a wheel at home. So it should be interesting to see if I will like it or not. I know I've tried a little bit on yours, so the flicking, I'm going to have to practice the flicking and drawing out at the same time. It's a bit weird for me, but
you can park and drop for a while.
Exactly,
to get the hang of it. Yeah. And you were trying my Tibetan spindle, and that was a lot heavier than this, so it was harder to flick.
Okay.
So you might, you have to build up your flicking muscles.
Yeah. So that should be interesting. Yeah.
So another thing that I'm working on is another shawl. You saw that I did the Litha shawl, and I hand spun some yarn that I hadn't dyed it, and then I knit it. Sylvie's laughing at me because I can never remember the name of this thing. Mavon!
Yes!
Mavon! It's the Mavon shawl for the autumnal solstice, the autumnal equinox. So for that one, I'm trying to mimic the colors of fall maple leaves, you know, where they have the orange and the yellow and a little bit of red and stuff in it. So right now I have some of my Ram Charlie. I've dyed him orange. He doesn't come naturally in this color, although I think that'd be really cool.
It would be.
Can you imagine? Anyway, so this is, I should take it out of the plastic bag. So what I'm doing right now is I dyed it in the fleece, and now I'm just preparing it for my drum carder, because what I would like to do is blend it with yellow. So I'm gonna have 40% of this color. I'm gonna have 30% yellow, 20% red, like a burgundy-ish kind of red to kind of tone this crazy orange down. And then I haven't decided. I want to have another fiber in it. I haven't decided if I'm going to use mohair. But then somebody else said, yes, but you have some other stuff that you could use, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, like Angora or cashmere or llama or something. So
it's so soft to begin with, but just maybe a touch would probably be nice. Just to have a little.
It would just be like 10%, I think, out of that. So I think that would be. So I haven't decided. So we don't know yet, but it's going to be something. Another 10%, and it's going to be. I haven't decided on the color. Is it going to be dyed yellow, or is it going to be natural, or what? I have to experiment some more. But I was just working on this yesterday, and I was just carding it to get it ready for my drum carder. I haven't dyed the other stuff. But this is nice. This is Charlie. And the cool thing that I thought it was funny was that I had a little lock blown away, and it looked like a Cheeto. It's the color of a Cheeto. So it looked like somebody has spilt Cheetos in the grass, which is not. It's just Charlie.
So I've been eating Cheetos.
And while I'm here, because I missed it, because I have so much stuff in front of me on the floor here to show you, here is the stuff that I'm spinning on my...
Oh, yes.
So this is what it looks like. And I wish I had the person's name, but she only has Book of the Dead as the colorway. I know. So they're the colors. They're really nice. I should probably take it out of the plastic. Here we go. So there's the roll egg. So I have 2 ounces of these colors, and it's really nice to spin. it's completely different from spinning my other roll leg because it's all the same fiber. It's just like, well, it feels like the same fiber or pretty close to it. So it's very consistent. So I'm able to be fairly consistent with this spin. Unlike the other, which was letting it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
Exactly. All right. So that's it for the spinning whips.
All right.
Yes.
All right, on to shop talk. So, do you want to start?
Sure. So, very exciting. This week, we got some Shetland wool from a local farm in Ontario, and we have gradient packs of Shetland. So we're selling them in the store. I'll show you this picture. There are 5 shades of brown. Well, 4 shades of brown and plus like a creamy white here.
It's gorgeous.
So there's a dark brown, a less dark brown, there's Morit, there's fawn. Maybe there are 2 shades of fawn, light fawn. Anyway, it's all listed on the website. I think it's dark brown, Morit, fawn, light fawn, and then white, but it's really just off white. We're selling it in batches or increments of 30 grams. So when you order, you can have as much as you would like, well, as much as we have. We only have a very limited amount in the shop right now. And once it's gone, that's it until next year, unfortunately, because the farmer has a small flock of sheep. But we were very fortunate to be able to get some from her. So when you order your stuff, you can order, say, 2 packages. And then what you'll get is 300 grams of fiber total, because it will be 5 times 30 grams of each color. So that would be 150 grams for one, and then if you doubled it, it'd be 300 grams, and then so on, not dollars, don't worry. 300 grams and so on and so forth. So if you want some, I would recommend going onto the website now to get it, because once it's gone, that's it till next year.
Yeah, I've spun these gradients before. Actually, it's gorgeous. It's fun to spin.
And it's great for color work.
Oh, yeah.
If you were to do a 2-ply wool, and it's woolen prep
it is,
too,
yeah.
so that's beautiful as opposed to worsted prep, which I think Shetland should be, in my opinion. So beautiful for color work. Do a 2-ply, then you have a beautiful color work thing with these different shades. And Kate Davies has some patterns for that with some color work stuff in the natural shades. So that would be a good option. And related to this, we also will have, so come back and check, but on the website it's not up yet. We will have the same idea for a gradient pack for Corriedale. So, and that one, I forget if it's browns or grays.
No, it's grays. So it goes into charcoal gray and into the lighter grays. So that's really nice as well.
You can combine them and get all the
Oh,
colors.
yeah.
You should do that.
Oh, I'm thinking I'm going to do that now.
So anyway, that's what we have in the store. Right?
Yeah.
This one's in the store now. Go
ahead. And actually, if you're interested in spinning, if you're watching us and you're like, oh, I'm spinning, you know, I've been thinking about it, I'm not sure where to start. We do have, as now, kits if you're interested in learning to spin. So the kit comes with a drop spindle. It comes with 100 grams of fluff. It comes with instructions.
It's not just any fluff either, it's Shetland.
It's Shetland. And you also have a little bit of eucalyptus here to wash after you're done spinning your fluff. So if you're interested, this will be on our website as well.
And it's $25, right?
Yes.
Did you say the price?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I was distracted.
No, I
by
didn't.
Shetland.
I was agreeing with you that it's
Okay.
$25.
$25.
So that will be on our website too if you're interested to learn to spin.
Yes.
Or if you want to buy a kit for someone to encourage them to spin.
Because it's very relaxing.
Very much relaxing.
As
very
you can tell by all the spindle spinning that we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing we're doing, very excited. This is my own personal stash to show you, but we are getting the same colors that are back here. We will be
just
getting
in time for Christmas in July.
I hope so. I think it's going to arrive this week. So we're going to be getting some sock yarn by West Yorkshire Spinners. I love their stuff. My dad likes those socks the best when I make them out of that yarn.
My mom too, actually. I knitted a pair for her last year, and she loved that.
Like the texture,
yeah,
the thickness.
exactly.
I guess it's the perfect thickness of yarn. So, because I've made my dad socks, all kinds of socks out of all different kinds of yarns, and those are the ones that he says he likes the best. So we're going to be getting all the Christmas colorways. So we have 5 of them. So we have Fairy Lights with sparkle. We have Candy Cane, no sparkle, but who wants sparkle in their candy cane? We have also, this one was Holly Berry. That's another Christmas colorway. We have, I forget what this one is called. Oh, Silent Night. There you go.
Yeah.
Silent Night.
I think that's fairly new from last year or
I
the year
think
before,
so. Yeah. And then my favorite, it's Christmas Robin. So then the Christmas Robin colorway. I don't think it's actually normally a Christmas Robin. I think it's just Robin. But, you know,
We can make it a Christmas robin.
I think so. And we will be having 5 different contrast colors for your cuffs, heels, and toes. So this is not a full skein because again, this is my own personal yarn. But we'll have different colors for the contrast heels and toes to try to match. We're gonna have a shade of blue to go with this one, and then just pick your own. So come back and choose your stuff. And the cool thing about this is the most affordable sock yarn. Yeah. Besides Briggs and Little Sport, Durasport, this is the most affordable thing we're going to have in the shop. Yeah. So I hope you will enjoy these yarns. Come join our Christmas Prep-Along Cal or Christmas in July
Christmas
Cal.
in July, yeah.
I call it a Prep-Along because we're going to be running it from July 25th until the end of December.
But we're starting in July.
But we're starting in July. So.
And we have different other colorways as well. If you're not interested in this one here, we do have some red and greens and other other skeins that we have. And it doesn't have to be Christmas colorways either if you don't want to.
It doesn't. I have a friend who her Christmas colors are blue and white.
There you go.
So, her tree is blue and white. Everything is blue and white. So nobody says it has to be red and green.
Yeah.
So you just whatever is Christmassy to you.
Exactly.
And it doesn't even have to be Christmas colors, right?
No, not at all. It's a gift. It's a gift to yourself or a gift to a friend or family, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I hope you will come back and check our shop often. I think the next couple of weeks are going to be, the other thing is, things coming in. That's what I was going to say. Lots of things coming in. One of the things, the reason I didn't talk about this except to squish it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
is because I have a couple of plans. As you know, I think, I have sheep and I have llamas. Well, I used to have 2, but Hamish died just at Christmas last year. Yeah. So now we have Bandit, the guard llama. But I keep their fleece and fiber every year. So what I plan to do with this is Border Leicester. This is a friend who used to have Border Leicester sheep. She's retired now and she's downsizing, so I managed to get a couple of fleeces from her. And I spun this just to sample it. It's really, really nice. So I thought that I would share it with the shop because sharing is good, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to share it with the shop. So I will process this by hand and set it up, and I will turn it into roving, but off my drum carder as opposed to a bat. So I will pull it off as a roving, and I will have this up in the shop, Border Leicester. I also have plans for Tunis, another breed that I really like, and another fleece I managed to purchase off friends who have Tunis. And I thought that I would try blending it with my llama, not Bandit, Hamish, some of his fiber. So I thought I would make a little blend. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but again, it'll be a roving off of my drum carder, and that'll be up in the shop as well. That'll be a little bit coming up. I don't know. I can't
keep an eye out on the website. I mean, we'll try and get that up as we can. But again,
just keep coming back and looking. Yeah, because there's stuff.
We do have.
Go on. Say what you're going to say. Maybe you're going to say the same thing.
No. I don't think so.
Mystery box.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have mystery boxes coming up, and it's not a mystery the color. You can choose whatever colors you would like, but it's stuff dyed by Fiber Pusher Fairy, whom we love. We love her colorways, and what we're going to do is we're going to have some stuff in boxes. We haven't picked up the boxes yet, but we don't know what, we're not going to list what it is. The mystery is what the fiber is. We don't know if it's going to be silk and merino. We don't know if it's going to be tencel and merino. We don't know.
BFL or merino, whatever.
It's going to be nice stuff to spin and beautiful colors. You can choose your color, but the mystery is what it is you're spinning.
Exactly.
Maybe you can let us know.
Yeah.
That would be an idea. But anyway, so we'll have that up in the shop as well. So again, keep coming back to look in our shop in all the categories, I suppose. Yeah. Because
it's changing. Things are being added, and
because we're always thinking.
We're always thinking
and planning, enabling.
And it's scary.
It is. Sylvie, let's do this. Well, Robin, let me finish this first. I'll think about that after I do this. No, but let's do it now. So it's like that.
Yeah.
This is just how we are.
Yeah.
How we roll.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we would like to thank you so much for joining us today, for coming back, for seeing us for the first time. I do hope you come back if you're a new viewer, but we thank you for taking the time to see what we're up to today and check out our shop and all that kind of goodness. And I hope that you share the same enthusiasm that we have for all things fibery.
Yes, and if you are a new viewer, please subscribe and like us.
You can let us know that we're okay.
And you'll know when our next vlog is up as well. So we'll leave you actually with the beautiful scene that we have that I've been looking at while we've been vlogging.
And a trip through the hayfield to see how many bales we got this year, because this year the weather was not the best for making hay. We had a drought in the beginning and then it rained, and then the rain was not, it didn't stop enough for us to be able to get the hay done, so it was done really super fast yesterday. Anyway, we're hoping it will dry and cool off sufficiently so we can pack it away safely. So we'll take you out to help us count the bales of hay.
Bye, have a good 2 weeks.
See you next time.